Welcome back, college baseball fans. I'm Monty Taylor. I am joined by one of UVA's single season home run kings, Harrison Didawick. Harrison, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. This is your fourth season at Virginia. Let's jump right into it. You've had a pretty good career. Obviously, last year, not quite what you wanted, but let's talk a little bit about your first couple of seasons in Charlottesville. Playing so much as a first year, you got a lot of playing time, and then obviously you made Omaha in each of your first two seasons. Can you talk to me about what it was like playing as a first year and finding so much success to a certain point, and then obviously you lose, your starting spot there. But then in Omaha, you actually, I believe, you had a triple against Florida, if I recall
hmm
correctly. Found some success in the postseason. What was that kind of experience like?
Yeah, I mean it was special. I played with big leaguers, which is it's so cool. Like Kyle Teal, for example, is playing with the White Sox right now, and like it's so cool that I get to say that I played with him and I got to see what he was about every single day. That team, like both of those teams, freshman and sophomore year, were super special. And it was a pleasure for me to be on it, and I learned so much, just how to be a professional, how to just enjoy baseball, how to play with just competitiveness, and I can't thank enough for those guys and coaches too. It was a blessing.
Absolutely. Obviously, we talked a little bit about last year. You guys come in with big time expectations. It doesn't quite go your way. Can you talk a little bit about what last season was like? Because you guys finished strong and had a chance to get in there and sneak in there and have a good enough team to win it all, even if you get in. But can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was definitely a punch in the face. We went from being preseason ranked pretty high to obviously not making the tournament. So it kind of just teaches you to be humble at all times. We the 2 years prior, like it felt like college baseball was just like it felt like it was easy. Like that. That's how talented we were. That's how you know well we meshed together. So then last year it was definitely different. It was a struggle, but I think it was something that every one of us on the team, all the coaches, like are thankful for, because we it was the first time really struggling in college baseball, as a team, as an individual, all that stuff. So it was obviously not at the time. It wasn't a blessing, but I think it's a blessing in disguise that is going to help us in life and baseball. So
Absolutely. Obviously, your personal struggles. You had a breakout season as a sophomore, and then things kind of fell off for you last year. You only had 6 home runs, I think 9 total extra bases. What kind of went wrong, personally with your performance?
yeah, just it's baseball. Baseball's tough. Anyone who's ever played it knows. You go through slumps, you go through stretches, and it's something that I wish could have gone differently, but it's just how it is, and you kind of live with it. You move on, and you get ready for the next season, and just find a way to not let that happen again. And I can't thank my teammates enough for that. Like they stuck by me the whole time. I love all of them. They're gonna be at my wedding someday, and I just can't thank them for enough for just like pushing me through it and keeping me going. So.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments, I think last year, I think you and Aiden Teal were competing over who was closer to Luke Hansen and who was more proud of Luke Hansen when he came out of
Yeah.
that slump. That
hmm
was pretty fun. You guys always picking each other up. Talking about that a little bit mentally, because baseball is such a unique sport, because it almost seems like the harder you try, the more you can
Yeah.
struggle. Like, and I know you're
Uh huh.
somebody who works really, really hard. And how do you kind of balance that with not going too hard and then overcorrecting?
Yeah, I think a funny story that I always refer to with regards to that is my freshman year, me and Luke Hansen were hitting the cage like 2 or 3 hours like every night after practice, and Coach O'Connor had to come in there and yell at us and just tell us to go home, like go home, do homework, be a student, be a social, like college kid. And he was just that was like a big moment for me that kind of led me just like relax and get a little more laid back and still work hard. But I think Coach O'Connor, yelling at me a little bit and just saying "go home" was the big thing for me.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, because when I was at a last scrimmage a couple weeks ago, talking to Pollard, I mentioned you, and he said, "Yeah, we just got to get him to not overtrain."
Yeah, no,
so,
that's why I've been
so
playing this fall, because I was so. hmm
yeah, yeah. So I mean, it sounds like you've endeared yourself, but also you need to rest a little bit. But
For
um,
sure.
it's talking about that. It sounds like, I mean, you've already endeared yourself to the new coaching staff. I want to talk before we get into talking about them specifically. a lot of guys left. Obviously, it's modern
Yeah.
baseball, and a lot of guys tend to follow the coaches. They're setting themselves
Uh-huh.
up. So, what made you? Obviously, it would have been nice for you to have been drafted and moving on to the pro career. But what made you want to return to Virginia? Because obviously, you had options.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Virginia kid. I love Virginia. I love everything about it. I've always wanted to go here, and it's just like I can't imagine myself in another uniform. Uh, if I ever went to pro ball, like I would want to be the guy to be on the one team my whole life. Like that's just who I am. And I mean, I don't blame my other teammates who
Yeah.
left. Like great guys, great coaches they went with. But UVA is just in me, and it's part of me, and something I just can't leave. So, and I love it here.
So it wasn't a hard sell for Pollard to get
Yeah,
you to come
no, it
back.
wasn't. He didn't have to do much for sure.
That's good to hear. I know he
Mhm.
mentioned that. You returned with Eric Becker
Yeah.
and others like Jaxel and Augustine and Parada Harris. There's obviously a couple other names, but how important is bringing back somebody like Eric Becker and then some of those other guys?
Yeah, I mean that's one of my best friends. He's a stud. Obviously, kid can just play baseball. He's a gamer, and he can obviously hit too. He swung really well last year, and I think it's just important to bring back some of the guys who have been around here, who's comfortable here, and the fans have some familiarity with, and then obviously bring in some new guys and just mesh everyone together. And it's been a great fall doing that, and it's been great.
Yeah, and you would have brought back Luke. It sounds like if he
Yeah.
not been drafted, and we wish
Hmm.
him the best luck, but that would have been huge as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, it's hard. I was impressed with how much that they were able to retain with you guys, because I know it's in this day and age it's harder to do that.
Yeah, 100%.
Um, you lose everybody else. That's got to be a little bit tricky as well, because again, one of the things at Virginia, and we don't blame anybody. Guys got to make the best decision for them, but
Yeah,
it's
for
still going
sure.
to be weird for you because there's been so much continuity over your first three seasons, and then now all of a
Hmm.
sudden, 80% of the roster is new, and
Yeah, for sure. Hmm.
you know,
It's definitely been weird. Like you said, like obviously the coaches were the same the first 3 years. Most of the players were exactly the same, and you definitely get like comfortable with that, and you get very familiar with that. And so them leaving, and bringing in like whole new type of thought process and all that stuff is definitely different. But I think everyone here is taking it in stride, and it's been great transition. And I mean, I've really loved it. So
yeah, I grew up a UVA fan. The whole reason I got into college baseball is because of UVA and Coach O'Connor. And when he was leaving, I was like, oh, I didn't blame him, but I was also like, I don't know how this transition is going to go. And it feels like Coach Pollard's like almost the perfect fit because
he is.
he's got a similar kind of mindset in terms
Hmm.
of developing young men. How has
Yep.
it been working under Coach Pollard and that coaching staff?
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he wants it more than anyone to win. And I mean, it's been amazing. He's super positive and just pushing everyone to be the best, super detail oriented. And he really has been the perfect replacement from obviously a great Hall of Fame coach before that. He's been a good replacement for him, and he's gonna put his name in UVA books for sure as well. So.
Absolutely. You get to work with Eric Tyler, who I think is one of the best hitting coaches in the
For sure.
country. How has he been helping you kind of get back to where you need to be? I know obviously you're kind of sidelined right now, but
Yeah.
what kind of things has he kind of helped? Because I was really excited to see, because even when you have great coaches before, other
Mhm.
coaches can see things that can
Yeah.
help you improve. And I'm sure it's been fun kind of seeing some things that you can do to tweak and improve yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he honestly the biggest thing for him is he's made baseball, hitting, all that stuff just fun. Like show up every day at the ballpark, just positive attitude, just wanting to get after it, help you with everything he's got. And I think that's the biggest thing for me. Like last year, obviously our team didn't play well, and I wasn't playing well, so it was a struggle to show up at the ballpark sometimes. Just kind of just being negative and all that stuff, and so try to reinvent a little bit and just be positive, have fun at the field, knowing this is my last year, no matter what, like just enjoy it. It has been really his way to go about it. And he's helping like mechanically and mentally and stuff too. But that's the biggest thing for me is just he's making baseball fun again. So
I love that. Yeah, he's a ball of energy. It was fun
he
watching, like
is.
when Pollard was helping first years move in, and he said, "I didn't actually move any of the heavy stuff. ET was doing that," and I was laughing because I was like, "I'm sure like that energy
Yeah.
was being used well."
Oh yeah. A lot of
You've
energy.
Yeah, the coaching staff. I've finally gotten used to calling them the Virginia coaching staff now,
Hmm.
instead of calling them
It
the
definitely
Duke
takes a
coach.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I'm
I mean
still.
we've played against them, so
Yeah,
yeah, I'm not
exactly.
used to them being here either.
Yeah, and I'm adjusting to seeing AJ in UVA blue as
Hmm.
opposed to Duke blue, but
Yeah,
it looks good, and it seems like the coaching staff seems really close together, really collaborative, and it seems like they're doing some great stuff, and they've hit the ground running and gotten a bunch of recruits and great transfers coming in. It's got to be really exciting to kind of turn that page and see Virginia moving forward.
yeah. I mean it's like you said, brand new players, brand new coaches. But I think the one thing that hasn't changed is like the UVA, just UVA tradition, UVA way of just working our butts off and doing our best for all the fans and just being a team. And that's what I love about UVA so much is that like we're all just so close. Like no matter the year, no matter if there's transfers, like we just do a great job of just meshing everyone together. And I mean it's been definitely odd at first, but it's been great.
Well, knowing you're a bit of a character, I'm sure you've been helping with that meshing
I
because it
try my
seems
best.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. One thing I wanted to ask you: you said you're a Virginia guy. You are already in the history books as the co-home run leader with Jake Geloff with 23. You could be in it, 15 home runs shy of tying the career record. I mean,
Did
you're
not
going
know
to go
that.
down as a UVA legend. What does that kind of mean to you? I know it's a little bit difficult to answer that question while you're still there and still in it, but I mean, that's got to be kind of a special thing to know that no matter kind of what happens, you're going to go down as a UVA legend, two-time
Yeah.
Omaha guy.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
got to be,
it means the world. Like, just all the hard work that you put in. I mean, it's actually crazy to think about. Like when I was 10 years old or something, I never could have imagined this. So I mean, it's a blessing, and I'm grateful for like the opportunity that Coach O'Connor gave me here, and now that Coach Pollard's given me here. And the one thing that I would love to do before I leave here is bring a Omaha championship here, and that's gonna be our goal this year. And I think that would be just a cherry on top. So.
absolutely. All right, we've kind of touched on this, but it's a question I have that to address directly. What are the vibes?
The vibes are high, for sure. I mean, it's the vibes are high every day. Everyone's positive. We're getting after it, and we're gonna put the best product on the field that we can come springtime. So
Love that. All right, so there's a lot of new faces. They've looked pretty good to me. Is there anybody in particular that you feel like has really stood out and be even better than maybe you expected?
yeah. So before like I decided to come back and stuff, like I didn't really know many of the transfers that were coming back because I wasn't
Right.
trying to come back. And someone who really has stood out to me so far is Joe Tiroli. And he's a rider transfer, and I mean he's a stud. Can play third and second, and hits the crap out of the ball. And he's hard on himself too, which is like good for any really good players that they're hard on themselves and they're just gonna work out of it. If they're ever in a slump, they're gonna work hard and they're gonna be the man. And he's really impressed me with how he just shows up to the field every day and gets after it.
Love that. Yeah, he's somebody who stood out for me too. I mean, he just rakes.
Yeah, he does.
I was like, that's an all ACC type kind of guy.
Yeah.
Totally see that.
My player comp for him, and he always laughs at this, is Dan Ugla. So there you
Oh, I
go.
love that. Love
Yeah.
that. What's it been like kind of watching AJ and KJ play? AJ is somebody I could watch in the batter's box. The way he knows the strike zone is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I wish I had that type of play discipline. I mean, his play discipline's unreal. He's not playing right now, but like
Yeah.
even just him being around the field, talking with the young guys. I mean, he's had success at the college level for multiple years, and he's gonna be big for us wherever he's playing, wherever he's in the lineup. He's gonna really, I mean, he's gonna be a star. And then KJ, I mean, KJ is not fun to face as a lefty. I can tell you that. He is nasty. Um, he's a competitor. He looks like he wants to kill you when he's out there, and he gets after it. He just really competes, and his stuff is also just really good. So it matches.
Yeah, I love that. One of my favorite things about AJ and the way he's always been, even when he was a first like fall freshman at Duke, he just
Yeah,
very
100%.
level.
Mm-hmm.
Which as somebody who wears his emotions on his sleeve, I can't really relate to. It
Yeah,
always
no,
impresses me.
I'm just kind of the same way. Yeah. So
So, you got a lot of recruits coming in though as well that
yeah.
look really good. Is any of? I mean, some of them have stood out to me a little bit, but is there any that you think have really like surprised you and you have to remind yourself they're a first year?
Yeah, I mean, someone who I think is like two really good players, two outfielders, Griffin Enos and Will Mahala. I mean, all the freshmen are really good, but they are like a little like they're just more mature, I would say, at this age, at this time, and they've really impressed me. They're just guys that could come in and play right away, and I think they will, and I think they'll really contribute this year. And they're really good players, mature, even keeled, and I like both of them a lot. So they've
Yeah,
impressed me.
it's a lot of fun to see this roster kind of come together. Because when I would come to the fall last year, it was like the only question I had about the roster at like this point last year was like, is James Nunnally going to be on the opening day
Yeah,
like lineup? Whereas this year, it's like there's a lot more, there's a lot of depth and a lot more competition. It's really fun to kind of talk
yeah.
about that. Who do you think on the team has the best chance to have a breakout season in the spring?
Mm. Let me think about that. I want to include the pitchers too. I don't want to leave
Yeah,
them out there.
yeah.
Um, You know who I didn't mention him whenever you said transfers who could like do really well, but or the catcher Jake Weatherspoon
Oh
or
yeah,
I think it's Weatherspoon. It might be
it is
Weatherspoon,
what.
but I think yeah, it's Weatherspoon. He I mean he looks like Mike Piazza out there. He's hitting homer after homer. I think he could have a big breakout year, and I'm pretty sure he won a Gold Glove last year in JUCO,
Yeah.
so he's obviously a good defender too, and I think he could have a really good breakout year.
Yeah, it's funny. I keep forgetting the catchers as well. I'm so used to
Mhm.
having Ferentz and
Right?
other guys back
And
there. I'm
Teal,
like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah. So
we've been blessed at UVA to have some really good catchers. Yeah, I mean, you
yeah,
got Kyle, Ferentz, and EA. So,
absolutely, absolutely. And you've gotten to play with those guys. And
hmm
actually, I wanted to ask you, playing with. I love to tell people how different Kyle and Aiden were as personality
yeah,
wise, because Kyle's got like that golden retriever energy. And
yeah,
is a lot of fun, and then Aiden had that is a lot more intense, and yet they're brothers and very close.
yeah. I mean, I can't. I'm best friends with Aiden. Kyle, he's someone I look up to. I was a freshman, so he was a junior. So I wouldn't say we were best friends, but
Yeah,
that's someone I look up to. Completely different human beings, but you can. There's moments where you're like, yeah, they're related. Like
yeah,
there's little moments. And
love that.
I mean, I love both of them. They're both really good people. The whole Teal family, just I love them. So
I love that. I love the brothers that end up, that have come through UVA. It
yeah,
always
the
makes me kind of
Gell-Offs too.
happy.
hmm
Yep, absolutely. So what excites you the most about Virginia baseball, as we kind of start to wrap up the fall?
Yeah, I think it's like the change. Like I've always loved change. I think it brings something new and exciting. And I think the change that happened is going to be really good for us. And I'm really excited about just like how everything works out and just it's just a new opportunity at the same familiar place that I've been, and I think it's a great crossway of those two.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how it works out for everyone, because I think everyone can end up, successful in this
Yeah,
situation,
for sure.
and you can root for everybody.
Yep.
Um, is there anything in particular you're looking to improve in fall camp? Like I mean, obviously you're trying to bounce back and improve
Yeah,
overall,
yeah.
but very specific focus that you want. If you could choose one thing that you're working on to improve.
I would just say consistently having quality ABs and like competing. Like I felt like my sophomore year, even that bad, that I'm not hitting a homer. Like I'm competing, I'm working walks, all that stuff. Whereas last year, they weren't as competitive. So just get back to my confident self, be competitive in the box, and just have fun and enjoy it. Like I said, it truly is my last year this year of eligibility. So like I don't want to have any regrets in 20 years. Like I just want to live it to the fullest.
Absolutely. I love that. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. We're doing some
All right, let's do it.
superlatives. All right, who's the team class clown?
Antonio Parada.
I love
Yeah,
that. All right,
100%.
who was it last year? Was it still him?
Oh, last year. I would say it was still Antonio last year, but the year before it was Anthony Stefan.
Oh, Stefan, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
I
Stefan,
love.
but Stefan was Antonio's mentor actually when we did like accountability partners and stuff. So like it actually makes sense that Toe is so funny now because he had Tony to learn from. So
I love that. And that's also probably why I keep trying to call Antonio Anthony Parada instead of.
exactly. There you go.
I loved when they mic'd up Stefan for
Yeah,
for
he's
stuff.
hilarious.
It was the best.
hmm
All right, glue guy.
Glue guy. That's a good question. Noah. I'm gonna give it to Noah Juris.
Love
I
that.
think. I mean, he brings the energy. He's a goofy dude. But he wants to win more than anyone, and he brings some serious energy. I'm sure if you're at a game this year, you're gonna hear him. So
Absolutely. All right, team leader. This one's kind of. I mean, this is going to have a lot of answers. I have a feeling.
yeah, I mean, I mean, we hope that there's a lot of leaders on
Yeah,
the team. I wouldn't say we have like one leader, but
right.
um, I mean, I think we're gonna have a good amount of leaders, a lot of returners, guys who have been through the ringer, like AJ, Kyle, and them. So yeah,
Absolutely. All right. How about the team nerd? And you can go two different ways with this. You can go with academic nerd, or you can go with like a geeky nerd. It's 2025, so it's cool to be a nerd now, and it's
yeah,
UVA. So
100%.
like,
No, I agree. I'm gonna go with Tommy Roldan, and that's only because he's just really smart and he does well in school. So I don't think it's not a bad being a nerd for sure. He's just a smart guy.
I
So
love that. I'm excited for him to be healthy and pitch a lot this year, hopefully, because I
mhm.
know he's a guy that can really contribute if he can be
He's a
healthy.
stud. Yep.
Yep. Then best dressed.
Oh, that's actually we were talking about this the other day. So Eric Becker wants me to say him, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to give him that. Um, let me think. I'm gonna go like last year. It was Teal or Brad. Actually, Brad Hodges was last
Oh,
year.
Brad Hodges.
He
Yeah,
was.
that's
I mean, he was unreal. I'll give it to him. Um, who's someone who's impressed me with how he dresses so far is it's the freshman duo. It's the duo of freshmen. It's Will Mahala and Griffin Enos. They both dress well. I feel like they have my pick as of now. So
all right. I'm adding one just because it occurred to me because I remember when Pollard got introduced, Luke Hanson was at the press conference. There was something I noticed that he'd gotten a haircut. Who's got
yeah,
the best hair? And then I'll ask you about what Luke did with his hair.
yeah. Yeah. Luke was obviously he was the obvious pick last year. Um, let me think. I think. Oh, can I change my best dress is actually Aiden Harris. He
There you
he
go.
puts it
All
on.
right.
Yeah, yeah. That's my unanimous pick. Like he puts it on. He does well
Love
for
that.
himself. Best hair though, I would definitely. I would say AJ's up there. I think he's got good flow. Um, Bryce Neely, I think he's got good hair too.
Love
We don't
that.
have any standouts this year for
Yeah,
hair. To be
yeah,
fair.
yeah. I was just always just like, oh my gosh. And I was like, I don't know what I would do if Luke Hanson ever cut it. And then when oh, do we lose? Oh,
There you
I'm
go.
still
Sorry.
here. Yeah. And I
Yep.
was like, I was concerned. I was like, are we going to lose? Like, what are we going to do if he ever loses his hair or he cuts his hair? And then I saw it and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh. So what did you ever hear the reasoning why he decided to cut it?
I think he said he just wanted to switch. He talked to me like he was talking throughout the season that he wanted to
Right.
switch it. And I kept telling him like do it because was actually one of the only people who saw him without that hair, like
Right.
before
When
like
he was in
me.
high
So
school.
yeah, me and Jack O'Connor, we were always talked about. We were the only two people who ever saw him with normal hair. Um, so I was like, dude, you looked good before, like do it. And so he didn't make a decision based off me, but he eventually decided to do that. And I think it's a good look. But now he's not going to be as memorable with the hair. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but he did get drafted. So,
but he is a really good baseball player, so that helps.
yeah.
Uh huh.
Yep, absolutely. All right. What's the local food staple?
I'm a big Foods of All Nations guy.
All right.
Um, it's got a little bit of everything. It's foods from all nations.
Yeah,
And also Virginian too. It's like a
love
sit
that.
down place on the corner. Really good.
Awesome.
Hmm.
Toughest pitcher you faced in the conference last year?
Last year, can I just say total?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Burns.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
yeah.
that's by far. I mean, I first at bat, I think I blind out to right field, was feeling good. After that, threw me 6 straight sliders. You know, good morning, good evening, good night. So,
Yeah, I think when I did this last year, I think that was like every person that faced Wake Forest
yeah, I mean,
said Chase Burns.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's in the MLB for a reason.
Yeah,
But I also
absolutely.
faced Bro my freshman year too, which he pitched in the
Oh
big
yeah,
leagues
that's
this year
right.
too. So,
Who did you hit
and
the triple
Connor.
off of?
It was McNeely.
McNeely. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, because
Hmm.
they had a good set there, and I was
No, I know. Yeah, I definitely
oof.
remember that.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was
That was a crazy game.
oh yeah.
Probably, I know we lost, but probably one of the best baseball games I've ever been a part of for
Yeah,
sure.
I think it was the seventh inning. I was like, stop the count.
Yeah, actually, yeah, seriously.
So, do you have a game day routine? Any suspicion, like superstitions or anything like that?
Cold shower in the morning. I feel like that's pretty popular though. But the cold shower gets me going. I hate it, but I try to do it. Other than that, I just kind of try to be relaxed, just hang out, dancing to music, singing, like nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna. One of the questions I typically ask is if whether you're loose or down to business, and you're more of a
I
loosey
try to
goosey
be.
kind of
Yeah, if
guy.
I'm down to business, I'm probably stressing out. So
Yeah,
see me
so,
loose, I'm in a good state.
yeah. Somebody needs to get you into a loose state if you're.
Yeah, exactly. I need to get in a flow state.
All right, what are your favorite MLB players to watch and emulate?
So I wear number 34 because of Bryce Harper. So that's by far my favorite player ever. I dressed up as him for Halloween 3 years in a row when I was younger. So I big Bryce Harper fan. And then more recently though, Juan Soto. I love to watch him. Basically any lefty who hits for power but also has play discipline, just an all around hitter. I love watching.
Did you grow up a Nationals fan as
I
well?
was I was a huge Nationals fan. Missed a lot of school to go to
Yeah,
Nationals games. So.
yeah. I went to all three World Series games in 2019 at home, and
Yeah,
yeah,
so my parents were there too. I
love
went to the
that.
wild card game that year, and then
Oh man,
one.
that's a good
The
one.
wild card was crazy. Yeah, so it was. I
Yeah.
definitely we had season tickets that year, so I went to a lot of them.
Yeah, that it's funny. That's the year I went to the most games I'd ever gone to, and I think it was only like 19 or 20, but it was still like
Yeah,
crazy
that's a
amount.
lot though.
Yeah, because I'm in
Yeah,
Richmond, so it's still a bit of a trek to get up there
yeah,
with
for
that
sure.
traffic.
Hmm.
But yeah, the moment you mentioned Bryce and then Juan, I was like, all right, I know what's going
Yeah,
on here.
yeah, 100%, hundred
And
percent.
the reason I became a Nationals fan is because of Zimmerman. So
Oh yeah, nice.
the UVA to the Nationals connection there,
Yeah, I played. I mean, I played on the same travel team growing up as Zimmerman.
as
His
Zimmerman
coaches
had,
were my coaches, so
that's
yeah,
all that's awesome. I mean
yeah.
that I wish I'd known
Full
that like
circle.
3 years ago, Harrison. But
We did the home run derby last year. I don't know if you saw that, but there was like a home run derby at UVA with all the old players, and he was a part of it
oh,
too, which
I
was
did
cool.
not see that. That's oh
Hmm.
man, that's awesome. Last one for you. Favorite ACC ballpark besides your own?
Yeah, I think I like Miami a lot. No, I like Miami for sure. Miami, I mean, it was ball flies there. I mean, it's a jet stream to left field, and so as long as you got the right approach, I mean, it
Oh
works.
yeah,
Plus, the fans are going crazy there, so it
the
gets you.
weather's typically nice
Yeah,
ish.
exactly. It's got a little bit of everything. But honestly, like the Miami, UNC, Georgia Tech, like those three are probably the three that I'm like, yeah, I like all three of those pretty equally.
Love that. Love
I
that.
Yeah, but I've had the most success in Miami, so I'll
Yeah,
probably say that. Yeah,
love it. I did have another question about. I wanted to talk about the football team.
yeah,
How exciting is that for you guys?
yeah. I mean, it's been great. I would say we haven't been to many football games in the past, but we've been going to all of them, staying the whole game. We got, I mean, the field rush like that was we didn't do that, but it was a great time, and it's great to see. Football is such a big thing, obviously, and it's great to see that we're putting all this money and investment into it, and it's really working out, and it's working out for the players, coaches, fans, all that stuff.
Love that. I'm sure it makes it easy for you guys as a lot of newcomers to bond as well because you get to go to those
Yeah.
games together and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
100%.
all right, that's going to do it for us. I mean, that's almost 30 minutes. I've taken up your time, but
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to add before I let the audience go?
No, I mean, thank you for having me. It was a great time, and yeah, thank you very much.
Absolutely. We'll be back in a couple days with another player interview. But until then, go Who's.